Dear Spirit, let my words reach to the hearts that are meant to hear them in love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello everyone, and once again welcome to today's channel. Yes, let me ground myself into the energy a little bit. I'm sensing a highly emotional and ungrounded energy. It is grounded in a sense, but it is overflowing. It's the overflowing energy. Yes. Yes. This deep, thick silence, helplessness, fate, the compass. Yes, okay. I'll first start with the Astro Tarot to get us a few starting guidances in regards to the energy. And before we start, let me remind you in the meanwhile that thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. It means a great deal to continue on creating this content for you guys. And on top of that, my personal readings are currently open, and if you'd like to purchase a personal reading from me, the link, Etsy link, is in the description box of this video below. If you purchase the reading, I will be contacting you in order to book a date for the reading. That's how we are proceeding with those procedures. And thank you for being here in the advance, and let's go. My throat chakra. This is an ongoing issue of self-expression. All these deep, thick feelings you are having a hard time expressing to your surroundings, to people you care about. Pretty much any kind of relationship in the outer world right now feels as if you are not seen as who you are and not acknowledged and loved justly for who you are. Therefore, you are trying to generate this love, perfect this love relationship within you, loving yourself, mothering yourself, acknowledging yourself in order to break this cycle of unworthiness, if not with other people, then alone, whatever it takes to break this cycle, to free our love of this earth. I am hearing right now. Number 8, the Scorpio, death energy and also emotional energy. And also manifestation and infinity. Aquarius with collaborate with number 2, the energy of duality and entanglement and collaboration, communication and creation I'm seeing here. Again, air energy, this is communication and creation. The sky, freedom, air, the wind. And here we have the emotions, water, Scorpio, and also the manifestation, power. And we see the Scorpio in death, in major transformation. And here we also read, research, dig deep. Then again, you have been doing that, and you are at this point where the Scorpio realizes that they are circled with fire, and the way out is within, through death. Number 2. So maybe this is 11. Sorry. I couldn't remember whether there was another 11 card. So this is illumination energy. Here we have number 2. Taurus with protect your land, your soil. I am here seeing a love, 2 of Cups energy that is highly grounded, invested in their love, in their family, in their land, in their soil, all those things that they have been nurturing and fighting for. This is also nurturing energy. So in between we have collaboration and illumination here with the Aquarius, and here we have with Scorpio, death and manifestation and the emotional realm. Here again, this is a more grounded, but on the earth, more grounded aspect of the same kind of energy, which here we see the mothering energy, we see the Gaia energy, the nurturing energy. So here we have death, and on the other side of it we have the Empress energy. Therefore, this is exact opposite of each other. Here we have still compassionate yet killing energy. Here we have a nurturing, a creating. So this is a destroyer, and this is the nurturer, the creator energy, facing each other. And they meet in the middle, which is the Aquarian energy, the energy of illumination and collaboration, communication here through air. Hence my throat chakra feeling that I felt as if something was blocked in my throat that is preventing me from verbally communicate with you guys. And this is the air card. Therefore, this is giving me the idea that these 2 sides of your own psyche or in your relationship, whether this is with you and somebody else that you're trying to solve some certain communicative issues in order to see the truth, you see that it is only possible through proper communication and collaboration and proper groundedness and nurturing, but also at the same time each being, whether you are 2 people or this is the struggle within you, and I'm sensing that it is kind of both, because the world outside of us is our mirror as we all know it, that it also requires a proper kind of elimination of a certain structure. And watering, nurturing is so significant. You are feeling dry. You're in dry lands, unfertile lands. Both of you are that way, and therefore you're thirsty and you don't know where to turn to. Where you're supposed to be turning to is within. We both know that. Maybe the person you're dealing with is not as aware as you are in regards to that. Or maybe it's vice versa. Either way, I'm informing you now that the thirst you've been craving, just like the Scorpio, can only be sustained through the well of wisdom, the well of your heart within. And it's the same for the other person, but apparently they are unaware of their worthiness, therefore they are also pulling you into that cycle of unworthiness. And you don't want to go back to that wheel of samsara. There is immense pain, sadness I'm feeling right now. The wisdom, the hermit, number 9, completion. As its confirmation, as I've been saying, that the only way you can sustain that kind of thirst is through within, the single pillar, the pillar of wisdom. It's only possible that way. Hence, the Scorpio decides to turn within. Suicide, killing itself, killing its ego mind in order to find the deep truth, in order to walk to the illumination, in order to nurture and protect all it has been in their heart worked for. The Tower. Mirroring energy. Your intuition is the king, your crown chakra, your third eye. Your intuition is king. Your intuition is, because of this tower, that it is actually completely fallen, because it has been disintegrating for a while. But since it's fallen, now your intuition has a direct link to your wisdom. Guys. Six of Swords. 6-6, extreme harmony. Completion, wisdom, and harmony. Also, 16 is also 7, so although it is a blessing in disguise as usual, we have a great harmonious energy here. Look, it's time for you to let go the thinking patterns in your mind and put yourself in complete surrender, complete trust, so that you can fully integrate your intuition to your bodily consciousness. You've been capable of doing this for a long, long time, but you wanted to play the low game for the sake of love, actually, because you have fallen in love and you wanted to give it a last shot. With great intentions, you were unable to pull yourself from this body-mind dualistic male and female back and forth what's the word, whatever, I couldn't find that exact word I'm looking for, this contrasting energy, the contradictory energy. So you have been sucked into it. Yes, the conflict, yes, the mental conflict. You have been sucked into this mental conflict in this relationship. Duality was overly too present. The difference was overly too present, because first off, when you came into this chapter, your self-worth issues were still lingering. You have healed most of them, but some part of them was still lingering. So it was both of you trying to solve these inner worthiness conflicts. Therefore, you kept on projecting onto each other, mirroring each other, and kept on doing that until the point of change, because of the triggers you have been set, both of you, on your both ends. It came to a point of total requirement of total liberation. Otherwise, it was impossible to go on. You had to crumble to the last bit in order for you to totally be able to stand up and stand alone without the neediness and the validation of other people, so that you no longer operate from your ego mind, because we all are dealing with this issue, and it is actually pretty important society-wise. The universe at the back of the deck, the world card this is, and also we've got the strength here. So this whole situation, this whole conflict, this forced change, then we also see 5, 6, 7, so we see progressive energy also. This was to free your mental energy from the duality, so that your true strength, your true identity can show itself in the outer world, your true strength, your true identity, because you are so willing to lay low, not show who you truly are, and play as if you don't know what you know in general. You haven't been through what you haven't been through in general, and that was based off experience and wisdom. Therefore, you had to be able to free yourself from the devil of the mind, these self-constructions that are keeping you enslaved. Even if it's in the name of love, it doesn't matter. Your true strength, the Scorpio 8, strength 8 here, 8, 8, seeing each other. The rebirth of what's been long forgotten. The fall of the false self-image and the birth of the true self-image, the universal self. Emerging. It is a painful process. These are birthing pains. I know they seem like as if I'm saying these to soothe your heart, because you're in so much heartbreak, and not only heartbreak but disappointment in yourself and in someone else. You saw great potential. Don't let go. Protect your land, protect what you have been fighting for. And I'm talking about it first in the sense of, what have you been working for ever since you're a little kid? What was the thing that you always fought for? That's number one. Number two, part of this test that you've been going through is about you letting go of control and your fears, because you cannot keep the fear in the house of love. Not any longer. The energy is not supporting of such fence sitting any longer. Therefore, you gotta make a leap, make a choice. 6 of Swords, letting go of your former thought patterns based on fear and getting through the gate. It is time to walk through. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your heart. What does it say? And I know it is easier said than done. The Knight of Pentacles. Let me check the recording. Yes. Okay. Justice. Wheel of Fortune. Victory. With again number 6. 6, 6, 6. This is extreme harmonious and loving energy. I know you are not feeling right now as such because you are overly emotional, and this is also death of you. The keys. The just thing to do is giving the crown to the proper, rightful authority within you. You know who that authority is to balance the two pillars, two sides of the coin, the shadow self and the light self, okay? This is a heavy, slow-moving process, by the way, in the physical plane, so I'm sorry, but you cannot be impatient about this kind of energy. But the wheel is turning. What you are going through, it opened up a gateway for your fortune to change for the better. I see the skull and the heartbreak here. This heartbreak and this sense of death is the trigger that will take you to your long-awaited victory. In energy especially. Six of Pentacles. The Sun. Whoever you're dealing with, they actually give you more worth than you ever know, but they only show you a little bit of it because they're afraid that you don't feel as, you don't care about them as much as they care about you, although they see you as the sun. Right now we're at the hangman's stage, self-reflection, facing the self. It is a time of truly facing ourselves. No more hiding, but actually try to shift our perspective. Be here now and facing the truth. Wands and Death, facing the truth. Also the confirmation of the Scorpio, as you can see. Let's see. Your minds need to surrender to each other. You can no longer hit and run, both of you. You have no choice. A decision must be made. And it must be mutual. This is a spiritual union. This is your Four of Wands. A transformation of the Four of Wands is happening. I also see the innocence and the abundance of the sun here. And here on this deck, we see the depiction of the sun as in two individuals, twin flames, and sensing, mirroring each other, identical to each other, facing together. The Gemini energy under the gaze of the sun, under the protection and the wisdom of the sun. So this collected sharing, this hit and run, this is the hit and run, this collecting every bits and piece and like taking a note of it, all of the things, and sharing it with you bit by bit in this sense of keeping track of every single transaction mentality, this fear mentality, this mental conflict, out of the fear of getting hurt and not really being cared for, this fear of abandonment, and coming to the relationship, coming to the self-talk, coming to the communication with these filters are creating the injustice, and it has to be let go. So it can be the death of that, simultaneously both of you doing it, and then the justice will be served, and the universal consciousness can be awoken within this relationship, this being, this situation, this life. A real Four of Wands can be embodied. A real house, a real home can be structured, but the old self must die. You need to surrender, both of you. Two of Wands energy. Harvest time. It's right to pick, but face it. of Coins. Wasting money, loss of money, sham charity. It's see a lock here in form of triangle. The man has the key, and I see the cross he's holding. Jesus, giving to the rat living in the chest. Okay. So this is a shadow energy in the pentacles, so in the material world, in your surroundings. So right now, although you are going through a major spiritual awakening of the universal consciousness, and it is actually giving way to your freedom, leading to a beautiful victory and the turn of your fortune, along with the Four of Wands. So yeah, I know it came with the death, and we can also see a potentiality that you are also whatever you felt for once with, you might also be willing to end, to kill this union in order to go for your soul victory, which is in the options. But I also put it aside, this Four of Wands in its soul positioning, facing death. But what I see here, since we have the Hanged Man here and then the victory card here, and the universal consciousness, this death and transformation is happening within you. So you are either doing this, but even if you don't, what is suggested of you here is to focus on your own transformation, because it is something you're doing alone. It is your transformation. Yes, there can be a mirrored energy that is going through the tides along with you, because they're entangled with you. But this is your transformation of self, and it is a great transformation. It is the return to innocence. It is the birth of the inner child, rebirth of the inner child. No more limited fear-based energies. Right on top of them, I opened Baron of Coins, and here this Baron suit is the Baron in the Bosch deck is the lowest expression of that element, so to speak. So here we see on the pentacle level, we see a lowest shadow energy representing itself. But meanwhile, at the same time, although in the pentacles everything seems so low, on the swords level we see the King of Birds, purification, work, unending activity. So here our figure sitting on this chair, actually we see here he somehow digested, or insides of him there are two figures as if it's in the water. Oh, and sorry, I'm also seeing that the male one is getting out from behind, his legs are free, and the woman is following him. So I see that you are purifying yourself, and I also see here as another body that this being is eating up inside. So it is a digestion, and then coming out from underneath, it's a digestion process. So you are synthesizing, harnessing, integrating your identities, reforming them and rebirthing them at the same time. And I am also seeing as this figure is swallowing another man, birds are coming out through his mouth. So I also see that as a sense of freedom. It's a intellectual freedom. Baron of Swords, defeat, cowardliness, injury. But you feel as if you're defeated and you're a coward, and you are hurt, and your eyes are tied. Right now, you don't have this sight. You feel something in your intuition, hence the sixth chakra coming out here. You got to listen to your intuition during this process, because your eyes are tied and you are hurt. And the people you are dealing with are also very hurt. Therefore, they cannot be able, might not be able to be just Page of Skates, disappointment, failed attempt, struggle. Yes, you are disappointed, and all these failed attempts, and after all these struggles, why? I'm hearing why. What is this poverty energy? What is this mental struggle? Why can't we be just like the sun, like the Four of Wands, looking at each other with pure eyes and build our innocence and build our home on proper ground? And instead we are pulling this mind games here, these pentacle games and mind games, instead of surrendering. You are deeply disappointed. I hear you, my friend. Ace of Vessels pouring out blessings, success, satiate, yes, satiety. I cannot pronounce it right now. But the Ace of Vessels, the cup overflow is coming in. Here, again, I mentioned we have the victory, the Six of Wands, and we have the Ace of Vessels. You're going to come out overflowing with true love and true victory of this. It is the harvesting time. It is the hardest time. You need to have a clear discerning in order to understand what to harvest and in what way and what to do with it. Therefore, you need to highly rely on your intuition. And in order for you to do that, you need to stay away from this mental conflict, this duality, and put all these things into the past. You cannot keep a track record. Prince of Books. Dominance, overcoming challenges, patience. So, see, Ace of Vessels right after the disappointment, pouring out blessings as you, and I see another white flag, a white flag, a white flag. Normally we don't see a white flag in the Ace of Vessels. So this is a clear confirmation from Spirit that you need to surrender. You need to surrender the fearful one. You need to surrender the ego mind. You need to surrender the orphan. You need to start trusting. Dominance, overcoming challenges, patience. The Prince of Books energy. Okay, you still have, you are in the student position and you still have a lot to learn, of course, you and your counterpart and your surroundings. And it requires patience and studying. This road is long. If you're playing the long game, you gotta be patient and you need to be willing to overcome challenges. In the face of dominance, you need to be strong. Whatever you do, do not let people dominate you for their own gains. This is exactly what you're questioning. I am hearing. Comes the Empress energy. Whether this person is true, their love is true, or they're trying to dominate you for their own personal gain. Because if they're willing to dominate you in this sense, then is their love true? Is it pure? If they're not pure, how can their love be pure? And you are coming out as the Virgin Mother, the Empress energy. Motherhood, caring, compassion, divine feminine. Honey, even though you have these kind of skepticism going in your mind, the path you need to follow is first surrender to the divine. Fully surrender, ask for guidance, and let it go. You don't need to overthink these things, and instead embody the Empress, the Virgin Mother energy. Be the divine feminine. Show, of course, also show compassion and care, okay, to your loved ones, even in the face of conflict. But know where to be, where to stop, and where to start the flow. Your intuition is key here. You need to listen to your intuition. This is the only way out. And yes, you can be compassionate towards the ones even who are not compassionate towards you because they don't know better. Of course, that doesn't mean that we need these people to come and overkill us or dominate us. But believe me, compassion can open doors that violence and dominance and fear can never open. So you are embodying that Empress energy right now. And although spiritually you are going through this energy, your physical surroundings are in such a low manifestation level that you are really doubting yourself, which is understandable. The sin of greed, money, business, career, desire for riches. What is that now? Okay, I can see that you clearly want more. You think that you deserve more, both you and your person, but somehow you're in this state which is creating a certain kind of longing, a certain kind of grief and greed. Mistress of Terror. This is the High Priestess energy. Control, submission, feminine power. Underneath the Knight of Coins. Schemes, business, success by cheating. Guys, this is a very contradicting energy. I can see that you clearly, when you're looking at your intuition, you're in this doubting space. That you don't know where you stand. You don't know whether you have been told the truth or you have been used, and you're going through a purification process of your own fears of coming from the past. But here again, the High Priestess, the Mistress of Terror, came out, which is also a clear guidance to your intuition. This is also like the Empress energy, standing in between two pillars, being a bridge, listening to your intuition. This is a card of pure intuition, also with the Empress and the universal consciousness and the Sun. Honey, you are not supposed to be you should be letting go of both the methodology and the mindset of both control and submission. If you let go of control, then the pressure you feel on submission, like someone trying to make you submissive, is also gonna end, also gonna die. So whatever is the trigger, whatever is the seed within you that is triggering these kind of ego mind conflicts, kill it within you. If you kill the seed, then it cannot be triggered. You don't need in order for you to face this kind of problem, you don't need other people to face it with. You face it within first. Listen to your intuition. You're in beautiful energy. You're in your Virgin Mother Empress energy with the Noah Bandona, which is this. This is on this deck for me. Standalone card, the Freedom card, with the Victory and the Four of Wands and the Sun and the Sixth Sense and Death. Honey, you are expanding, and you are expanding for the better. You are expanding to your own creative consciousness. Free, creative, pure, intuitive energy of the divine feminine. Do not doubt yourself. You are on the right path, and you are going to be very, very happy. I promise you that. King of Swords, powerful person, teacher, harsh lessons. Queen of Coins, asking for help, power to using your skills. You've got the wisdom, you've got the guidance, but you, in your body, mind, you are stuck, you're unable to move because of your positioning. It is time to get rid of this positioning. Otherwise, you will dream big, but always stay where you are. This is about that. This is about getting you out of your comfort zone, getting you out of your own doubts of yourself, of your self-worth, of your capabilities, of what you can stand for, what you can achieve. Okay? This mind-based, pre-programmed, predisposed mental set needs to die and give itself to the wisdom, give itself to the cup overflow. Your mind needs to come back to the heart. There is a need of balancing of the mental activity and the physical surroundings, the material world. There is an imbalance there. But it is still a fact that, don't forget, somebody is misusing their power to create some certain dominance over you. And you're victorious over it, you're over that. You can see the reflection. And you are willing to tame your internal fear in order to find your true freedom and end this Knight of Coins energy to your togetherness, to your family, to your dream. And you are willing to protect what is yours. The wayfarer, the fool. You're going to be the way shower with your courage. Yes, at times it may seem as if you're the fool, but in the end it is going to show that you actually have the wisdom and the courage to go in that direction. Remember who you are. Don't let people make you feel smaller than you already are. But in the meaning, don't forget about being compassionate. Compassion is so important. Find your way so that you can show others who need a way out to the way. You are freeing your mind and your heart and merging them together in this Four of Wands, the alchemical wedding, bringing out the real you, real us. Okay, guys, be strong, my love. You're not alone in this, even though it feels so this way. We're here for each other, although we've never met. And be careful of the temptations, okay? Meanwhile, because you're highly sensitive, you're highly emotional, and the six energy is all over you because it's your testing your intuition. Look, six. Also, we had two more sixes. A lot of six energy. Very passionate, driven energy you are dealing with. Therefore, be careful of your temptations and the greed, okay? Your temptations to control. Give up control. Give up this old game of discontentment and trying to create a different world in your mind and separating yourself from your surroundings. Be fully present. It's time to be fully present in your life. It is your life. Be present. reading, learning, exploration, a new job. You gotta focus on yourself. You gotta focus on your own learning, your own expression, your own exploration and discovery. And I see a new job here that you're gonna um, get involved with a new kind of career path, perhaps. Focus on that. Focus on you. Do whatever you do for yourself. Okay. And the rest will follow. Be the wayfarer. You know where you're going, even though your ego mind thinks that you don't. You know where this power comes from. Follow it. Trust it. Be it. The Grail Night, the moon with the sun. Face your fear of unknown and walk this path. Proud, courageous, okay? Don't let your armor keep you blind, okay? Your sight, your heart. These are the most important. If a heart is true, it is true, and nothing can turn it into a lie. Not really, no. Stand in your truth, so that truth will find you. And find a way to give yourself to the unknown. Do not let this fear state rule over your actions and decisions and your psyche and your persona any longer. It is time for a change. It is time. Yes, guys. Thank you for being here for today's session. And I'm really honored if you stayed this long. And I will be seeing you soon. Love you.